The last time we have studied the first very kingdom, that's Kingdom Monera. And during Kingdom Monera, at the very earlier stage, we also have seen one of the experiment. So today I have brought you the pictures of the experimental bacteria which I spoke about. So I would like to repeat it once again and proceed further with our kingdoms. So while studying Kingdom Monera, the experiment which I said was we would be taking a scoop of curd, that is nothing but dahi. We will be adding water to it. We will be stirring it very nicely in that glass. And after the curd is nicely stirred, we will be taking a dropper. Okay? We will take a dropper and from the glass, we will be adding one drop to a glass slide. This will be the glass slide which we will be observing under the microscope. Now, when I'm adjusting my microscope to 10x, that is a specific magnification, I am able to see few bacteria, but till now I haven't stained them. So I will use a specific type of stain. Stain is nothing but a dye. Okay? And in this experiment, I have used a stain called as crystal violet. After staining my bacteria and washing it or rinsing it once again, inside the microscope, I will be able to see a rod-shaped bacteria. Okay, I'll be able to see a rod-shaped bacteria. And this specific bacteria, which are rod-shaped, are called as bacillus. क्या कहते हैं उनको? Bacillus. The spelling will be BACILLUS. I'm repeating it once again. The spelling of bacillus will be BACILLUS. Now, where did we find out this bacteria? This bacteria we have find out inside the curd, right? And from where do we get curd? We get curd from milk. Therefore, this specific bacteria which we obtain from curd is called as lactobacillus. Now, I hope you remember the experiment. Okay, we discussed how living organisms are divided into two parts, that's prokaryotic and eukaryotic, and we studied Kingdom Monera under prokaryotic organisms. तो अगर हम लोग prokaryotic की बात कर रहे हैं, there are few things which are extremely clear. Number one, they'll be the most primitive type of organisms. Number two, they will not have well-defined nucleus within them. And number three, they will be unicellular. Correct? So these were our characteristics which we went through. They'll be unicellular, they might be autotrophic, or they might be heterotrophic. I hope you are knowing the meaning of what is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic are those which can produce their own food. Heterotrophic are the ones which are dependent on their food on other organisms. And lastly, they have cells without well distinct nucleus or cell organelles. So this was it with Kingdom Monera. These are the pictures given in our textbook. Now, if you remembered, I've told you, anytime you are asked about any short note regarding any kingdom, at the end, it is compulsory to give examples. Please make a note that this has to be your habit from now. All right. So, in order to remember these names nicely, I have just given you two names separately. Okay. The one is Lactobacillus and the second one is Streptococcus. Now, I hope you are able to see the most left top extreme bacteria. Okay. It looks like two spheres are, packed with each other. They are there in pair. So anytime you have spherical bacteria, just sphere shape mein rahega, right? And they will be attached to each other in a chain form. अगर ऐसे किसी भी बैक्टीरिया का शेप आ रहा है that they are attached to each other in chain form, it will exactly look like a chain or a necklace of pearls, right? All small spheres attached to each other, which looks like a chain form. So such kind of bacteria will be called as Streptococcus bacteria. How do you have to spell it? Streptococcus. The first will be STREP, strep. Then you'll say toe, TO, and coccus will be COCCUS. All right, we'll go through the diagrams quickly. This is nothing but a 45x image. 45x is the magnification inside microscope. It's a 45x magnified image of a bacteria called as lactobacillus. Now, do you remember I've said that we can see lactobacillus bacteria in our curd? Exactly. If a bacteria is rod shaped, long and rod shaped, the bacteria is said to be bacillus. अगर ऐसे बहुत सारे bacteria रहेंगे, तो we will call it as bacilli. Bacilli is the plural form. Instead of LLUS at the end, we will have LLI as a spelling. Okay? Now again, the splitting of the word lacto, that means it is derived from milk, and bacillus is nothing but rod-shaped bacteria. If you want, you can quickly write down its name. Okay, let's move on to next. Before proceeding, there are two students who have texted me the screen isn't visible. It's still my screen isn't visible. Nishant sir?
Ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, I don't know why. Students are messaging that the screen isn't visible. Maybe they would have some internet issue.
Yeah, so if students, you have an internet issue, please log out and come in back because the screen is visible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, so let's proceed further. This was the very first example which we have to write if we are discussing about Kingdom Monera. Now let's see our second example. Okay, this is an image of bacteria called as Streptococcus. If you are able to see, these are the ones which are in a chain-wise form, made up of small spheres, right? Now this is under 10x magnification. I'll show you the second image, which will be highly magnified. This is how it looks. These are the ones again stained with the same dye called as crystal violet. That's the spelling. Streptococcus. Please start by hearting these names as you will have to remember them each and every time. So at least from every kingdom, 2 names should be by hearted. Okay? Cool. Now we are done with our Kingdom Monera. Now I want you to first, be ready with pen and paper. Do not start writing in at the first itself. Let me first discuss the dictionary words for you. These will be the words which will be handy for us to understand another 2 upcoming kingdoms. Once I'm done with my teaching part, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to write them quickly. Okay? So let's proceed and understand today's dictionary words. The first word is cilia. Okay? Now what is cilia? Cilia is a part of a cell. It's a cell organelle, right? And ये cell organelle रहता है cell के external covering पे, एकदम fine hair like projections, ठीक है? And they will function as an organ used for locomotion by the cell. So cilia are nothing but they are cell organelles which are slender. Slender is पतले. Projections मतलब जो cell के अंदर से बाहर के side आ रहे, they are projected outwards. Used by cell for locomotion. Correct? Now I'll show you a diagram so that it will be easier for you to understand कि cilia exactly होते कहाँ पे है. ठीक है? Now in front of the screen at the right extreme, you'll be able to see a diagram of paramecium. ठीक है? Now the external cell wall will show small hair-like projections. Right? These hair-like projections are nothing but cilia. They will be used by the cell for locomotion so that paramecium can move from one place to another. Okay? All right. We'll move on to our next word. The next word is pseudopodia. What's the next word? It's pseudopodia. Here P is silent. You will pronounce this as pseudo. S-E-U-D-O. Pseudopodia. Okay? Now pseudopodia is again a temporary projection of the cell. याद रखो, what does a temporary projection means? मतलब a specific organism can project its part from one end and can take it back. I'll explain you how does this works. Okay? First we'll understand how projection is made, and then we'll understand the meaning. Now at the bottom, are you able to see a pink color organism called as amoeba? Right? Amoeba के exactly सामने there is a prey, which is nothing but amoeba का food. Now you all know that amoeba is a very small and unicellular organism. Okay? Does amoeba has hands or legs to move in that direction? No. Does it have cilia? No. Cilia तो दिख नहीं रहा है. So amoeba क्या करेगा? Amoeba will change its shape. जैसे if we want some food from the fridge, what we do? We open the door, we stretch our hand, right? And once we grab the item, we take the hand back to ourselves so that we can take the food. Similarly, what will amoeba do? It will make some arrangements within its own body so that a part of amoeba will get stretched till the food. And this stretching of the body will be called as temporary projection of the body. ठीक है? अभी हम लोग ऐसे तो नहीं बोल सकते that amoeba will have a hand, right? So the temporary projection is called as pseudopodia in case of amoeba. Now let's have a look at the second diagram. How does amoeba will temporarily projects its arm? Did you see that? The second image, the left hand side part of amoeba is slightly stretched so that it can reach the food. And the third image, the other end of the arm is projecting so that amoeba is reaching till the food. The food is not coming down to amoeba. And what will happen next? The food cup, the pseudopodia's extended arm will get enclosed. Another end say, yahan pe this will be enclosed, right? So amoeba, after digesting this food, will be back to its original shape. Understood? So now what is pseudopodia? It's a temporary arm-like projection developed in a direction of movement. This direction mein amoeba ko jana hai, in that direction, if it is developing a temporary arm-like projection, it is called as pseudopodia. Right? Let's move on to a third word. Now the third word is flagella. Okay, the third word is flagella. Now again, it is a tail-like structure on a cell used for locomotion. अगर single tail-like structure है, तो we will call it as flagellum. बहुत सारे tail-like structure है, we will call it as flagella. ठीक है? And this tail will move like a whip. Whip is nothing but chabuk. ठीक है? So the tail-like flagella will give a nice stroke so that the cell is moving in the forward direction. Now let's have a look, where is flagella situated? Okay, in this particular diagram, the yellow color is the organism the frontal part where there is, a narrower tip. This is the frontal part of the organism. That means the organism will move in the right hand side direction. And at the back side, okay, at the back side, it will have a green color slender structure. This green color slender structure is called as flagella. Okay. What I mentioned, this green color slender structure is called as flagella. And the last word for the day is sporangium. क्या कहा मैंने? Sporangium. What is sporangium? Sporangium is a part. It can be seen even in plants and even in fungi. Okay? The function of sporangium is to produce spores. It will be a sac-like structure जिसके अंदर spores बनेंगे. Now, what are spores? Spores are small, minute, one-celled, organelles or part, which have the capacity to develop into a complete new organism, unlike seed. This seed is also a very small part of the plant, which has capacity to grow into a complete new individual. वैसे ही, a spore is a very minute, one-celled part of the fungi or plant, which has capacity to give rise to a complete new individual. Now we are done with our 4 dictionary words, correct? I'm giving you a time of 1 minute. Quickly jot them down. Quickly write them down. Okay, I assume that you all have written the dictionary words for the day. Now let's move on to our next kingdom, which is Kingdom Protista. Now, before moving to Kingdom Protista, you also have one experiment. Okay? Listen to the experiment very carefully. Now, in this monsoons, we are able to see most of the ponds and lakes being filled with water. Correct? If we'll go nearer to water, many of the time the water won't be as clear as it used to be during summers. It will be more of greenish color or blackish color based on how much, garbage or other stuffs are dumped into it. What I'm doing is I am carefully, without touching my hand, okay, I'm wearing gloves and I'm taking a glass of water from this pond. It's a natural water body, correct? Now tell me whether the water in this glass which I've taken, okay, it's a transparent glass, whether the water will be extremely clear. No, right? The water won't be clear. The water will not be clear at all. There will be very minute particles, of which few will be visible to our naked eyes. Extremely small dot like things will be present. Can I say the water is hazy? Yes, the water is hazy. What I'm doing now, I'll collect this water and I'll go to a lab. Okay? And again, by using a droplet, I'll take a single drop of water to a clean glass slide. And I will again observe this water under microscope. What will happen is I will see thousands of microorganisms. Thousands, I mean it. Inside a single drop of water, I'll be able to see thousands of microorganisms. Now, how will I locate it? I'll see drastic movement because still in the drop of water, these microbes have got space to move. Okay. I will quickly look at the part where there is more amount of movement. I'll adjust my 10x and change my lens to 45x, higher magnification. And now I will quickly take a photograph of it. Now let's see which are these microorganisms which we will be studying under Protista. This is all your experiment about. Okay? And most of the times in the pond water, at least 95 times we get a common microbe called as Paramecium. Okay? Yes. Now we will have a look at it. Before moving to the diagram, tell me, we have studied under living organisms, we are already done with the prokaryotic type, right? And in the prokaryotic, we are completely done with Monera, also studying its examples. The two examples were Lactobacillus and Streptococcus. I hope you remember. Please keep on, reciting them even at home so that you will be, extremely good at speaking biology names. Now, our kingdom Protista comes under eukaryotic type of organisms, right? So they are slightly advanced version than Monera. But again, under eukaryotic also, they are under unicellular organisms. That means they will be also showing a body which will be only of single cell, correct? So if I have to start defining or start mentioning characteristics about kingdom Protista, मुझे दो points तो ये table देख के ही मिल गए, right? The first one being that it is a eukaryotic organisms. That means the cell will have a well-defined nucleus. Correct? I hope you know the meaning or the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic organisms. If it is eukaryotic, the cell will have well-defined nucleus. Correct? And the second point will be that it is unicellular. That means body of the organism is made up of only single cell. Correct? Okay. Now let's have a look at other characteristics which are new to us. Fine? Okay, let's go. Before that, the diagram. Are you able to see the diagram? Yes. In the diagram, the most central part, okay? This is nothing but an organism called as Paramecium. I know the spelling will tell you to pronounce this as Paramoecium, but the pronunciation is Paramecium. M-O-E is pronounced as May. Okay? Besides Paramecium is what you can call a cell debris. Debris is nothing but garbage or kachra. Okay? So ignoring the cell debris, let's just focus on Paramecium. How is it Paramecium? It is broader at the central part and it is narrower at the ends. Okay? Now I'll show you one more diagram in which only Paramecium has been selected and the cell debris is removed. Okay? Are you able to see the Paramecium now? Yes. Now if you will see this diagram carefully, you will observe that the outermost covering of Paramecium has fine hair-like projections. Even at the frontal part, over this edge, over the bottom line, yeah, the image is little blurred. Okay? Now tell me, what are the small hair-like projections? We have studied this on dictionary words. Yes, you're correct. This is nothing but the small fine hair-like structures are nothing but cilia. And the cilia is nothing but a cell organelle used by the cell for movement. Correct? Cilia are cell organelles used by the a cell or the organisms for movement. Correct? So this was first example under kingdom Protista. Let's have a look at the second example under kingdom Protista. Right? Now amoeba. We have studied amoeba maybe even in your 7th standard. It's extremely irregular in shape, right? Here I've added 2 slides, 2 pictures. Now in the left hand side picture, where everything is blue in color, the green color is not the amoeba, right? It's the cell debris. It's something else which has come onto the slide along with amoeba. The transparent thing which you are able to see is nothing but amoeba. Okay? Even your right hand side image is nothing but amoeba itself. Now let's focus on the left hand side image. Tell me, do you have something called as arm-like projection which you are able to see in this diagram? Yes. And the arm-like projection or the arm-like temporary projection seen in amoeba to move in a specific direction is called as nothing but pseudopodia. What do we call it as? Pseudopodia. Correct? Yeah. Now I believe that Protista is, at least 50 to 60% done in your brains, right? So we have studied 2 examples till now under kingdom Protista, and we also know 2 characteristics. Number 1, it is eukaryotic, and number 2, it is unicellular. Okay, let's move on to next. Now this is something called as autotrophic protist. What I said, they are autotrophic protist. Why? Because in amoeba you will say amoeba is not able to prepare its own food. So can I call amoeba as heterotrophic protist? Yes. Because if amoeba would be able to produce its own food, why will it have temporary projection? Correct? Therefore, amoeba is an example under heterotrophic protist, जो खुद का खाना नहीं बना सकते, whereas we have also few protists which are autotrophic in nature. Now you tell me, when I'm saying that an organism is autotrophic, don't you think that the animal or the organism will be able to produce its own food? Yes, isn't it? And if an organism is able to produce its own food, we will call such organisms as autotrophic. So now we will study 2 examples of protists which will have chloroplast inside them. If these 2 organisms are going to have chloroplast in them, what will be their color? Exactly, they will be green in color, correct? Okay? So now the first example which we'll be seeing under autotrophic protist is nothing but volvox. Spherical ball-like, and inside that you have nothing but chloroplast structures. Okay, it's the first autotrophic protist example. Now let me give you the second example, which is worm-like, as it looks like, but it is not worm-like. It is moved, or it has taken a specific shape, and the name of this organism is euglena. EU nahi hai, it is euglena. E is silent. Okay? So volvox and euglena are examples of autotrophic protists. Why? Because they are capable of producing their own food and they have chloroplast within them. Correct? Okay, now we have studied protists, right? We have seen the images, we have seen the structures. Now it is time to just revise the characteristics. First one, protists are single-celled organisms and they are eukaryotic. Correct? Second one, for locomotion, protists will show different type of cell organelles. Example, pseudopodia in amoeba, cilia in paramecium, and flagella. Right? I've shown you these three images even in our dictionary words. So I hope it is clear now in your brains. All right. Let's move on to the third point. There are autotrophic protists which contain chloroplast. Example, Euglena and Volvox. Please do not forget the name, students. Now tell me, what will be the fourth point? Easy, right? Heterotrophic. Heterotrophic protist examples. Number one, amoeba. Number two, paramecium. These are the organisms without distinct nucleus or cell organelles. Correct? All right. And these are the examples which are there in our textbook. You will be able to see this diagram on page number 2. Okay. Is there anybody with any doubt in kingdom Protista and Monera? Cool. I hope you have written the dictionary words as well. All right. So we have completed with our 2 major kingdoms. Now we are left with only 3 more of them. Correct? No, we don't have to study other 3 kingdoms. We only have to cover fungi. Only 1 kingdom is remaining. Nishant, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the time's up, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, students. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, students, we have done with our lecture. We'll end the lecture, but before that, do remember we have a demo on Sunday of English. So please spread this news among your friends and tell them to join on Sunday for the demo. Take care. See you in the next lecture. Bye. Bye all.